And Stephon McClure, hamstring. TJ Clemmings, ankle. And then Breland missed the game. He got injured, a little bit more injured on Friday at practice, and couldn't go today at pregame warm-up.
Is Ioannidis' hand, is that something he'll be able to maybe play with a cast, or is that maybe going to cost him some games?
I hope so. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know the exactly. It's I don't know. Well, we'll try it. I'm sure if he can, he will.
Coach, over the last few weeks, we've seen a litany of injuries and at the same time some losses. I mean, do you feel like the season's kind of getting away from you, or how are you seeing things now?
Well, we're 3-4. We do have a lot of injuries, especially offensively, but we just have to step up. That's just part of the game. 6-year top 7 or 7-year top 8 offensive lineman not playing makes it a little more difficult. And then 2 or 3 tight ends. We got to go to Seattle. We got to recover. We're 3-4. There's still a lot of ball left. We play Seattle's in the playoff hunt. We play Minnesota's in the playoff hunt. We play New Orleans in the playoff hunt. So we have tough 3 games in front of us. But if we take care of business, we can be right back in it.
Coach, you're in this game, but could you talk a little bit about all the turnovers that shot you in the foot today?
Yeah, we had the blocked field goal, which was very costly. Obviously, it could have gone up by 9. Instead, they got the ball at our own 1-yard line. That was a big one. I don't know if it was a low snap, hold was a little thing, low kick. We'll have to take a look at it. But usually those 3 guys are, those guys are pretty solid with their hold and snap. So maybe just a low kick. I don't know. But the other ones, the interception at the end, just trying to make a play. I don't remember the other ones. Oh, Chris Thompson's fumble. Yeah, that was uncharacteristic of him. Just a good hit by their player.
Jay, what are the challenges for you as a play caller when you have that many guys in the line going in and out, and especially not just guys coming in, but guys who hadn't even been here up until a week or 2 ago?
Yeah, it's a challenge. It's plus your list has shrunk about a quarter because we had a lot of 2 tight end, 3 tight end sets ready for this game, and we lost both of those pretty early, or at least Niles early in the game. So it was a challenge, but we have enough plays in. We can adjust and hopefully function, which, we cut it to 7 there and had a chance with the ball, but couldn't get it done. Couldn't get back in time.
I was going to ask about the 2 tight ends, 3 tight end sets. When Paul goes out and then Reed goes out, how does that alter exactly what this offense was planning to do today?
Yeah, we were limited to 1 group, and then we had to add some more groups in case something happened to Vernon. We had to talk about our 4 receiver sets and our 3 receiver sets with 2 backs, and we had to coach those up in a hurry in the locker room. So, we had to do some work, but we still had our normal package, one of them.
Going back to that blocked field goal, how did that alter what exactly you guys were doing in that first half and from then on out?
Well, I don't know. It was right before. They got the lead, 14-13, and we had the ball coming out to start the second half. Didn't get much done. So, there's a lot of plays that altered the course of the ball game. I think that was one of the main ones. And then, some of the big plays that they made defensively. Hats off to Coach Marinelli. Did a great job with secondary and his 4-man rushes, and good job by Coach Lenahan.
You mentioned adjustments. Is there a time you schedule at halftime, say, to get together and consider what adjustments you might make? Is that something that's ongoing throughout a game? How do you address adjustments from a coaching standpoint?
Yeah, the work is pretty much put in. We're trying to adjust to the personnel that we have available and the offensive line we have available. So that's how we're trying to adjust, based on the play calling and coach up guys who, already just got out of his car yesterday, I think, and he's playing 50 snaps. And obviously, Catalina's never played left tackle. He's playing left tackle today and play a lot of right guard. So we had to mainly coach our guys up, tell them what to do.
Jay, I know with the conditions being what they were, I knew you believed in Kirk. We talked about this on Friday, that you believe that Kirk can throw the ball in the rain like this. But when you look at your run-pass distribution, I think you only wound up with 12 carries from your backs. You think that, considering the conditions especially and how beat up everyone was, when you look back, is that something maybe you wish you would have changed about your play calling?
At the end, when you look at the stats, yeah, but I think in the third quarter, I don't know if we had the ball at all. I think we were playing catch-up there in the fourth quarter the whole time, and not to mention our 2 tight end, 3 tight end sets were out. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, usually you can see a successful Redskin game when you look at the run-pass ratio. If it's lopsided like it was today, you probably look at a loss. And, very few times will we win those games. We need to be balanced to be successful. So, yes, I wish I had that back.
Another missed opportunity question about the defense. I think going in, if you would have said they held him out of the end zone so many times, you'd like your chances. What was your reaction to how the D played?
I thought they did some good things, without a doubt. The most disappointing thing was at the end there. We had a chance we cut it to 7. We couldn't get them off the field till we burned all 3 of our timeouts, and we only had 50 seconds left on a short field. So, but other than that, man, they played good. They had some tough situations to be in. They got first and goal thrown 4. We fumbled a kickoff. Sudden changes at the gazoo for them, and they reacted and responded, did some good things.
Coach, injuries are part of the game and next man up and all that, but have you ever seen a team have this many injuries, not just at one position, but on both sides of the ball?
I don't know how you could have more injuries at offensive line. I really don't. It's mind-boggling, and I just hope these guys get well. I mean, these guys lay it on the line for you, and they practice hard. They've been doing everything right with their bodies in the weight room and get themselves ready to play, and it's just one after another. And then you have 2 tight ends go down in the same half or game. It's crazy. So I just want these guys to get well. That's really all I care about. We can have some guys dress up in a uniform and play and compete, and we can get some things done. But I just want those guys to get well.
Jay, after the touchdown pass to Dachshund, you lost my train of thought there. Sorry. Clemens got hurt, and you seemed to take it pretty hard as he was limping off of the field, and you kind of put your hand on his shoulder and talk to him. Could you just talk about that moment? And you guys are back in the game, late in the game, but your left tackle gets injured. Just kind of how deflating was that?
Oh, it's deflating, but TJ played his butt off today. He hadn't been here very long. He had to learn our whole system, and that's he played some football with Minnesota and all that stuff, but this is still different. And he came in and competed, fit right in and played pretty well today. Probably gave up a sack and probably gave up a couple pressures. Probably wish he had a few plays back, but I think he did pretty well. And it was just unfortunate. Another ankle injury, and you just feel bad for him because they are playing their butts off, and you just want them to get well and finish games.
Yeah, Trent and Sheriff were both questionable on Friday. Was either of them really close to being able to go today?
Yeah, Brandon tried everything. He really did. He just they tried to brace it up and put some crazy tape jobs on it. He just couldn't run, so he wouldn't have been effective anyway. So we got to get his strength back a little bit more, mobility back a little bit more, so he doesn't have to wear a gigantic, tape job where he can't even move. So hopefully he may get back for Seattle, but we'll see how he does. And then Trent's just had this lingering bone bruise type thing on his knee, and got some issues with a lot of pain, and he doesn't feel like himself, and he's trying to get himself right, but he can't practice. He needs to practice, he feels like, and just the pain is too much for him, so we're trying to get that to calm down a little bit in a week or 2 or 3 and hopefully get him right.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.